Today I'm going to do something different. Today we're going to look at smoking. In particular, I want to share with you my smoked rib recipe and process. The goal of the video is to show you that anyone with limited equipment can make some dynamite ribs. So I'll show you the recipes I use for the dry rub, the recipe I use for the spray to keep things nice and moist, go through the complete process, give you time slices throughout so you can see exactly what's going on, and then the grand finale, that wonderful first bite. So let's go ahead, get over to the kitchen, start up our smoking rib session. I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, first things first, we're going to remove the membrane off the back. You want to do this because no one wants to have to contend with that when they're trying to eat this. Just got to work it. Comes off pretty easy. See some people wearing gloves, what have you, I don't mind. And if you don't get it all, that's okay. You can find it comes off fairly easily. Get as much as you can. And you're way further ahead than if you didn't do anything. There we go. I'll clean up a little bit of this. I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm going to add just a little bit of mustard so that my seasoning will stick. You'll see a lot of guys just use plain old yellow mustard. I always like to use something, the whole grain mustard. A little better flavor, and it's just my preference. Again, not too much, because all I really want to do is get enough on here so my spices will stick. Boy, it smells good already. So let's just get this nice and good like that. Grab a spoon for the spices. My hand's all gunked up. And put them on a nice, generous portion. And the recipe again is located in the text of this video, so you can see exactly what I did there. Pretty basic, and you can modify it for your preference of sweetness, spiciness, that kind of thing, but it gives you a good starting point. There's also a lot of good purchase items that you can use too. That's the back side. Now let's do the top. Mustard. Man, getting hungry already. Along all the edges. Again with a spoon. So it's going to work out just right. I'll use a little of this spice in my spray bottle when I go to keep things moist, just to keep that flavor right there. It looks terrific, smells great. Let me turn this off and we'll go to the next step. Here's the smoker I'm going to use. And this is one reason I wanted to do this video, is to show you that you can get really great results with some very basic equipment. I actually bought this smoker at Home Depot a couple years ago for my wife for Christmas. So again, what a great wife. I can give a smoker to her and she's delighted because we just love cooking, love the whole culinary experience. Beer, brewing, the whole 9 yards. So let me get the meat out here. I'll put it on the grill. We'll close her up, plug her in, and wait for the next step. Okay, I got them cut and put on. Just look how nice that looks. Also, I'm going to tell you, just to smell this, I haven't even started cooking yet, and it is just wonderful. So I'm going to plug this in. It's set to about 250 degrees, a fixed temperature, no control on it. And I'm going to come back in about 45 minutes to see how it's doing. Probably give it a little bit of spray. I want to keep them moist. I don't want them splitting. The other thing I'll say is that I'm using cherry wood for this. I like using cherry as opposed to hickory, just because it has more of a mellow smoke, in my opinion. I think a lot of others would agree. So let's go ahead and plug this guy in, lid on, smoke going, come back in 45. Okay, we are 45 minutes into the process. So I'm going to take the first look here and probably give the ribs some spray against the apple juice, little oil, vinegar, sweet red wine. I'll post that recipe as well. But again, you can get creative with that and do what you like. The whole point is to keep it moist. Okay, so far so good. They actually look pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and spray them just a bit now. I'm not worried about that at all. I'm not worried about that at all. I'm going to spray them a bit though, just to make sure. Oh boy, that's looking good. Plenty of smoke. Close the lid right back up to keep that heat in. And I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so here we are, hour and a half into it. Let's give another little light spray here. Just want to keep them nice and moist. Notice my spray is really a fine mist, because I want to soak and wash off all those spices. Also, I can see that my smoke's diminished. So on this little smoker, what I need to do is go ahead and come down, add a little wood in the bottom, and we'll be up and running again. Because I do want another hour and a half of good heavy smoke on it before I get into the final steps. So let me add the wood, get the smoke going again, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're coming back at 3 hours now. Almost 3 hours. Oh, look at those. Just going to do a little more spraying here. You can see how they would just dry out a little bit. Going to keep them moist. I'm going to let them cook a little bit longer. And then pull them off. Wrap them in foil. Just because I want to keep them really moist. They've got enough smoking on them now. We want to tenderize them, finish them up, and that's where the foil will come in. So let's let that go a little bit longer, and we'll be back. Okay, we're ready for the next step. Pull that off. Oh my goodness, look at those. Take these guys off. I'll take them inside. I'm going to wrap them up. Do a little doctoring to them. Then bring them back out for the final touch. Let's take a look at what we got. See here where it's starting to pull away from the bone? We want to make that a little more pronounced. You can also have those bones show a bit more. That's the way I like to tell that it's done. But oh my goodness, look at the color on that. Seasoning. It's looking great. So let's take them in. I'm going to do my next step, and we'll bring them out and finish them up. Okay, so now we are going to do the final touch here, and I'm going to wrap these guys up in foil to keep them moist. Add a little extra finishing to them. So you can see there I'm using my spray. And I'm going to actually add a little of the agave nectar in lieu of honey. Does about the same job for me. I'll go with that. Notice I'm going meat side down on these. And what I'm going to do is put them back out on the grill, let them just simmer away in this little extra final touch Keep them moist. A little extra flavor. And again, these are the kinds of things you can do as you see fit. Kind of flavor to taste, if you will. Wrap that guy up tight. Oh. I'll have to fix that. Other one, same thing. I wish you could smell these. They're just absolutely wonderful. Go ahead and just finish this bag off. And again, as much or as little of this kind of thing that you want to do. Either way, I do find that by wrapping them up in the foil for the final stage, it's going to really help them stay moist and give you a nice finished product. So when we finish securing these, I'll take them back out to the grill. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we brought them in, let them rest for about 30 minutes. And let's just go ahead and see what we've got. Boy, look at that. Separate nice and easy. Beautifully cooked, wonderful color. Let's see what the spice is like. That's delicious. Now, if you like using sauce, you can certainly mop with sauce late in the process. With these, I wanted to do just the rub. And they are so moist and juicy, the sauce really isn't needed. Well, there you have it. What a day, and what wonderful ribs. Now, the nice thing is, with that recipe, that procedure, you can take it the way that you'd like to alter it to have your own personal preferences met. I like a lot of spice, and the richness of that rub is just wonderful. The agave nectar and the brown sugar at the end, oh man, what a wonderful sweetness. So juicy and rich. Absolutely beautiful. If you like your barbecue sauce, as I mentioned, you can go ahead and add that into the process as well. Personally, I'd say start with something really simple. Go ahead, evaluate what you came out with, change around the next time, and the next time, and keep making it better and better and better. That's all we have for now. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you later.